Alright, hope everybody's having a good one. Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator with Cookie Pirate. Today, we're flying the Cirrus SR22. We're going from Kodiak, Alaska, up to Lake Hood, sits right next to Anchorage International Airport. It's going to be an hour and 11-minute flight, 227 nautical miles, and we're going at 21,000 feet. Climb aboard. Let's go flying. Alright, we are loaded in right here at beautiful Kodiak Airport. See a couple parking spaces that are set here. There's the, if you take a look at this right here. Quality Inn and Suites. And the airport parking lot. It's kind of neat. Alright, well we're started right up here. We're set right where we need to go. Let's go ahead and turn the battery switches on. That's our first thing to do. Let's get the weather here at Kodiak real quick. .090 at 6, visibility 10 miles, clear skies, 13 Celsius, and 30.08 on the altimeter. 30.08 is set. Let's just configure a couple things on here. FLC we're going to turn on and set to 110. And our heading indicator we're going to set to 060 to start. .21,000 feet for cruise altitude. Alright, let's check a couple things here. Alright, so we need to go mixture full rich. Boost pump, full power. We'll pull it back. Let's turn the strobe lights on. Getting ready to start the engine. We're clear on both sides. Let's go ahead and engage the starter. Last check. Clear. Engine is started. Oil pressure is up into the green. Amperage is low. We'll go ahead and turn the alternators on. Now it's positive. Let's bump this up to there, and then let's prepare to lean the mixture out. So we're looking for peak RPM. Dropped a little bit there. I think that's maximum right there. Bump it forward, yeah, you start to see a drop. Good enough right there. We'll pull back to idle power. We can turn the avionics on, nav lights. Rest of that can stay off. Oh, this needs to be 110. I thought I set it to 110. Set it to 100. 110. There we go. Okay. I think we are good to go ahead and begin taxiing. I think we got everything that we need set up. Let's check 20 gallons of fuel per tank. That's what we're carrying. Release the parking brake and let's just start taxiing out. Great views around here. Of course, there's a truck in the way. Ah, it never gets old. Look at that, those two cubs right there, the NX cub with the nose wheel and then the X cub with the tail wheel. It's just sitting at that hangar part. You get that real nice mount. We can't really see it too much at the moment. We will in a moment, though. Let's taxi out this way. Really great scenery. This is a fantastic addition. You have the Alaska Airlines hangar right there. That's cool. The air stairs, and then you got a couple other little hangars. All these twin engines parked right there. We're turning, coming up on the hold position for runway 8. So we're going to stop right here. Let's go ahead and set the parking brake. Alright. Get a quick look outside, check the flight controls. The rudder is good. Elevator is good. Ailerons are good. If you want to grab a nice view of the mountain out back, that's where it is. Back into the cockpit. Let's check a couple things. Trim set for takeoff. Let's go flaps half. Good. Landing light on. Alright, heading on. VNAV on. Altitude is set and FLC is set. Mixture full rich. Boost stays on. Alright, let's go ahead and run the power up. We're looking for 1700 RPM. That's good enough right there. First thing we'll do, ice light and pitot heat on. We'll make sure we don't have any discharge in electricity. That is good. We can turn these back off. Now we'll do mag check 1720. Let's turn the key to the right. Good. Back to both. Now we'll turn it to the left. And when I say right, you turn the key left twice. What I mean is to the right magneto. And that's a good drop. And back to both. So you want the drop to be not more than 75. And it's been 40 to 50, which is good. And you turn it back to both. And you want the difference to not be more than 50 per side. So if the left is not more than 50 lower than the right, or vice versa, that's good. That's what we're looking for. Engine instruments are in the green. Everything looks good. Let's go ahead and pull back to idle power. And let's just check final takeoff trim. Flaps are half, mixture's full rich, boost pump is on. We are good to go. Let's release the parking brake. This vision that we share is ours. Together we can touch the stars. I know that we will see December. 'Cause when it's all over, the love that you give will be there to guide you in every way. Now we've been through the cold and darkest. Alright, we are lined up. Our airspeed is already alive. It's going to be a pretty standard takeoff procedure for us. Going to go full power. Engine instruments look good. We're going to rotate at 77 knots. We're going to lift off in the low 80s, climb out at about 90 to 100. There's a rotate. We're already airborne. Brakes. Positive rate. This is looking really good. We can bring the flaps up. This is a view of one of the kind of crosswind runway. You can see the windmills up on top of that mountain there. 800 feet will engage the autopilot. Go ahead and begin a turn to 060. We're just going to fly out on that heading, just to stay safe. So we don't want to turn over the terrain. We can engage the autopilot. We'll speed up to 110. And then we'll turn and intercept the course. Going to have a great view of the town of Kodiak right there. Really nice view. and we'll just wait till we get a little higher before we turn back over the terrain and intercept our GPS track. It's really neat. I tell you, this scenery's been a fantastic addition. What we can do is turn and parallel the GPS course. That yellow is going to turn to green, and we'll be over it by the time we're top. Let's grab a view outside the plane. So there's the airport, Coast Guard facilities, really neat looking. As we started kind of back over here. So the hotel is back over here, I think. And then we have town of Kodiak, the harbor. It's Kodiak's downtown airport, the seaplane base right next to it. That's really neat looking. And the addition of the windmills on top of this big, tall ridge. This looks great. The skies were not clear at Kodiak. I don't know what was reporting that. Maybe directly above the airport, but the weather's not too bad. Let's go back into the cockpit, and what we're going to do is pull up our lean of peak climb procedure, because that is not one that I remember off the top of my head. It's not one that we do frequently, but we're going to today since we're carrying low fuel, and it's going to be a somewhat longer flight. So the first thing we do is pull the power back to about 30.5 on the manifold pressure. That is about 83 to 84% power. That's good right there. Stuttering just a little bit. We can go with that. And then we'll lean it out to be at this cyan target. We're going to hit that and pull it back. We're going to see it's between 17 and 18. And if you lean it forward, you could even do that and have 89% power. But for best efficiency, lean of peak is this way. If we had it at 20, it would be rich of peak. It wouldn't be full rich, but it would still be rich of peak. So, but we're set right there at that target, and we've got the power we're looking for. Should be at about 84%, which is good. The next thing we do, we'll pull the checklist back up, is we're going to lower the nose and raise the speed of the plane to about 130. 120 is the minimum. 130 gets good performance. We should be getting to about 1,000 feet per minute. Of course, we lower the nose to pick up some speed, and then we'll climb with that power. And the fuel pump stays on boost. We don't need any oxygen. We just keep a look on our temperatures. As long as they stay below 420, we're good. Another quick look outside, maybe. You can't see too much because it's foggy. And you can kind of see the city there. It's not foggy, it's just we're in the clouds, kind of thin, wispy. Better visibility out this way, though. And now they're clearing up and you can see the city better. Airport's back there. It's tough to see, but you can see the little flashing beacon. Or, well, you could. Yeah, there it is. Pitot heat required. Yeah, it's 4 Celsius. Okay. Now let's set a heading track. Our heading is set, and then we turn nav on, so it'll just intercept the track when we approach it. So we'll just fly that heading until we pick up the GPS course. Starting to think that we might end up going through some of these clouds, so we may need to turn our anti-icing on. I'm not sure right now. We're climbing at a good 1,000 feet per minute. That's about what we're looking for. At that, it'll still take us another 14 minutes to get to our cruise altitude. Probably a little more, because our climb rate will lower. Our vertical speed will go down if we maintain the airspeed as we go higher up in altitude. is just the way that works. Now we're turning to pick the track up a little closer. We can zoom out on our range. We'll go ahead and pull the map up real quick. So we're turning. This is where Kodiak, all highlighted in black. That's kind of weird. But you can see the runway. I was gonna say, the ground shouldn't be shaded like that unless it just shows the airport. But that's kind of weird. I don't think it had done that before. Maybe? Is that an update? Not sure. Anyway, we'll pass over just this little portion of, this is at Fognak Island. Just kind of more or less part of Kodiak. Cross over the Kenai Peninsula, we'll pass just off to the side of Seldovia and Homer. And Soldotna and Kenai. Seward is out over here. And then we're going pretty much right over Anchorage International. Right into Lake Hood. Say about an hour and 10, hour 11 minutes. Now we just kind of hang back and we may actually make it over these clouds. We may not have to worry about icing. Still 1 Celsius, so we're above 0, which is fine. Zero now. We can go ahead and turn the landing light off. And see, now our climb rate's only 900 feet per minute. Slowing down. Now, if we need to, what we can do is just reduce the speed back down to 120, and we'll climb at a faster rate. Anything between that. 104 is VY. 110 is generally the speed we'll do a full power climb at. We really don't want to go below 120. But if we're sticking with 130 right now, and it seems to be working okay, it probably will take us another 10 to 11 minutes to reach our cruise altitude, but then we'll still be up there for a long time. So I think we should be totally fine if we choose to do that. And we'll keep an eye on it. If we need to slow to 120 to get that better climb rate, then we have that ability. Yep, still a few more minutes, just passing 13,000 feet. It's -6 up here. The good news is we've got a bit of a tailwind, about a 10 knot tailwind component right now. Always nice. Nice bit of a view down there. And we have the high summer Alaska sun. Went 173 over the ground at 14,000 feet. That's pretty good. The aircraft is performing quite well in this cruise climb lean of peak procedure. We should be prepared to switch. We've used 5 gallons on the left. We will need to switch. The maximum difference you're allowed to have is 9. We'll probably, since we're burning fuel so much more slowly, because if we did a full power ridge of peak at 110, we're burning 35 pretty much gallons per hour, so about double what we're doing right now. So I don't think we'll have to switch for a little bit. We'll probably want to switch when we get down to about, or when we've burned about 7 to 8 gallons, so we don't get the notice. And we'll probably end up burning about the same amount in cruise, because this is basically cruise power set. We can fine-tune it a little bit when we level off too, but for now, I think we're good to stick with that. Now, this is looking pretty good up here. Showing an hour 3 at this speed. Of course, when we accelerate to our cruise power, or to our cruise speed, I should say, that'll go way up. The time en route will go way down. The speed will go way up. And coming through 16,000, just about. Probably about another 6 minutes to reach cruise at our current climb rate. I don't think we'll need to lower the speed. I think what we've got set should be totally fine.
Like you, be strong to hold the powers of the sun. To dream, believe in strength now.
looks like about the north tip of Fog Neck Island right there. Pretty much. Alright, well there's 18,000 feet, so we will go ahead and set standard pressure. 2992 above 18,000. And 3,000 to go, and it'll take us just under 4 minutes to finally reach our cruise speed. Or cruise altitude. There's 20,000. Take about 1 more minute. We'll reach our cruise. And we'll begin clipping along at a pretty good speed. Alright, there we are. So, here's the really easy thing. Our cruise power is set. So we keep the cruise power at about 30.5. You can go below that if you want a more efficient cruise. For what we're doing right now, that'll work. Let's go ahead and switch the fuel over. We've used about 8 gallons. We've used exactly 8 gallons. Okay. And then we just keep it kind of... We don't want to lean it much lower, below the blue, or the cyan target there. Peak power is still rich, and they generally recommend keeping it lean of peak, or like right just below, like that. Rich of peak is less fuel efficient, and it can cause problems for the engine, supposedly. From what I was understanding. And this might be because of the turbocharged. But what we've got right there is fine, and our speed is dropping as we continue to accelerate, doing 223 over the ground. Doing quite good in terms of performance. Yeah, pretty cloudy out that way. You could see little breaks in the clouds and see the island down there. We'll be coming up shortly on the Kenai Peninsula, and it looks pretty much clouded over. Be a little break in the clouds there. You can kind of see some of the mountains. But, pretty cloudy day overall. And out over that way over the ocean, it looks a little more clear. So, anyway, back into the cockpit. And that's about the speed that we'll expect to do. 223 is pretty good.
Have just begun. We will always take a stand.
That's the one thing I forgot to do, is turn the boost pump off once you get to cruise. And in some circumstances, if you're cruising at lower altitudes and it's particularly warm, you want to leave the boost pump on to suppress fuel vapors. Up here, when we did the cruise climb, and it's minus 23 up here, I don't think we have to worry about fuel vapors. We go ahead and shut it off. Yeah, so I'm just looking back and forth over the map, and I believe Homer is probably about the halfway point for our not quite. That's actually a little past. Maybe Seldovia. No, and it's not Seldovia, so somewhere between there. Maybe like when we... Maybe like here. Anyway, we're getting pretty close to cross over the Kenai Peninsula at this point. And it's overcast almost everywhere around here, except kind of up here. You can see a little bit of a break in the clouds. Snow-capped mountains. But okay.
hoping to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club.
Just starting to cross over the southern tip of the Kenai Peninsula. And we're just about to our halfway point. And it's cloudy just about everywhere we look. Small break in the clouds. Kind of right about there. And up here actually looks like it's starting to clear up. And a little bit of clear skies up here, but man. Overall, it's just cloudy. Yep, we've crossed over land. Island, I think, right there, and then that looks like the coast of the peninsula. But it's tough to tell. We're high up above these clouds here. That's pretty. Take a look at that. And it's just about 7 p.m. Alaska time. And it still is bright like this. I mean, of course the sun is up real late. Now, not all of Alaska gets, 24 hours of sunlight in the summer. Most of it does not. But it might get to twilight. And if it's cloudy on the ground, that certainly does help to darken things. But it'll stay, this time of year, it'll stay light like this until 10 in the evening. Easily. Just kind of interesting to think about. Oh, shouldn't have set the parking brake. What in the world? I tried to click on something out of the simulator and it set my parking brake. But, oh well. Here's the way to tell. 107 to Kodiak and 114 to Lake Hood, so we're just the tiniest bit under halfway. .224 over the ground, and saying just under a half hour remaining. Alright, so couple things. Let's actually go in and look on the map. So, we're flying into Lake Hood, which is right here. See how crowded the airspace is. You have Anchorage, the Class C. This is the purple kind of magenta lines. And then you have Lake Hood right in here. Has this airspace. Then you have Merrill Field, which is like a GA airport in Anchorage, right near downtown. That has this airspace. And then you have the Air Force Base that has all of this airspace right here, so it's kind of crowded. Anyway, so we're gonna have to fly right over Anchorage, or around it, kind of like this, to come in. We'll go through the airspace, and then cut into Lake Hood this way. Lake Hood has a gravel runway. That's 2,200 feet. That is really short. And that would make things really fun. The good news is they've got strong winds out of the south. That would help. But we would have to have almost a perfect short field landing. And if the weather isn't good enough to make it in, we can always go to Anchorage. They have a lot more room to work with, or we could go to Merrill Field. So we have options, and they're close by. So we just need to make sure that we can pick up the airport and fly the right approach, because this won't have an instrument approach. It doesn't have an ILS, probably doesn't have an RNAV, it probably doesn't have any instrument approach. So we'll have to set a vector for the visual and intercept it like we commonly do. And we have to be prepared to stop on a 2,200 foot runway. Which means there is almost no room for error. We have to have the right approach speed, we have to have everything set, and we have to touch down just perfectly and hit the brakes in time. Which we can do. This plane will stop in 1,000 feet. But we gotta make sure we get it right. There's not room for error. If for some reason we don't feel comfortable with it, we can always go around and circle back for another try, or we can change to Anchorage International or to Merrill Field. They're both real close by, so we'll just have those. We'll have those options available. Now it's clearing up a little bit down here. Can we see Homer? It's right off our left wing. No. Nope, it is kind of hidden behind the clouds. Or below the clouds, I suppose. Although, when we get up this way, we might get a little glimpse of it. But look at this here. Snow. In the summer. All the trees have snow. In the first week of July. Flight Sim 24 that comes out in November is going to correct that. They're going to have seasons, and I'm really looking forward to that. Just Kenai and Soldotna are further up this way. Can't quite get a glimpse of Homer yet. I mean, you can see a couple little settlements there. Haven't been able to pick up the airport in the main town. Oh, here it is. Oh, the terrain's kind of phasing out, but there's the Homer Airport, and then the town's further back here, still hidden by the clouds. Oh well, back into the cockpit. So let's go ahead and just get an approach set up for Lake Hood. We are going to want the gravel for visual for the gravel runway, which is 1-4. And we're gonna set up vectors. No minimums, it's a visual approach. And we'll load it in. And we have those loaded up, and we'll take a look on the map and just see what it shows. So let's zoom out here over the Kenai Peninsula. And it has us direct, so what we would probably do is turn and fly just offshore, come back around, and come in and intercept this way. And if for some reason we can't, we can do that same procedure for Anchorage, because the runway will run just like that. Anchorage also has the 7s, or the 2 5s that you can come in that way. And if we need to, what we can also do is set up, just go over Lake Hood, and just basically turn. Instead of intercepting the course for that, we're basically right on track to land at Merrillfield. So those are some options that we have. It's always good to have a plan like that, just in case things get worse with the weather, or we determine that we just don't want to try. But I've got the intention of trying to land at Lake Hood. I think we can do it. Alright, what we'll actually do is go ahead and just set the GPS course direct to straight. And that'll turn us out just a couple degrees. And that'll give us a little bit of a better idea of when we need to descend. Number one, as you can see, the top of descent coming up here pretty quick. And then also will take us out a little further, so we won't have to do some if you look here. Oh, and actually it'll turn us right onto the final approach course. That'd be awesome if we follow that. Now we don't have to take ourselves off the track and point that way. So that helps. First thing we need to do is decide how low we're able to descend. Everything in that area looks like we should be okay to go down initially to 5,000 feet. So what we'll go ahead and set this to 5,000. Still got a pretty good speed over the ground. Hey, it finally starts clearing up a little bit. You look back here. Well, he and I would kind of be up over that way. I believe this is the Iliamna volcano. That mountain peak right out over there. And a couple other mountains right up along there. Can't see a whole lot up that way though. Looks like the clouds have really thickened in. They're broken over Anchorage. Yeah. I think we should be able to make it in okay. I hope.
Just like the street lights lit this town, like a fire in a blaze, gotta burn it down.
Alright, there's the top of descent. We can see us start descending here. So what we're going to go ahead and do is pull the power back. Just so we maintain the airspeed. Which means set between probably 40 and 45%. Set it at 40 right there. We may actually even have to bring it back. What we want to do is keep these temperatures right here, the CHTs, we want to keep them above 240. So we don't want to pull the power completely idle for any extended period of time. got set. We're going to pull it back a little more. Back down to maybe 35%. And just kind of watch what the speed does. And that looks to be pretty good. A couple other things we'll need to do. Let's go ahead and get the weather up at Lake Hood. Not available? I don't think that's correct. Here's where we'll go get that. We'll go into the map here. And Lake Hood weather should come right up if we click that. Yep. 240 at 9, gusting to 16, 10 miles visibility, 6,000 overcast, 16 Celsius, 3004. Let's take a look at Anchorage. What it will say. Variable at 5, visibility 10, view at 3,200, broken at 5,500, broken at 9,500, 16 Celsius, 3003. So we'll set 3004 since we're planning to land at Lake Hood. The wind does usually get stronger over the water than it does over land. So we'll just have to watch though. We'll try the approach, and if for any reason we don't like it, don't like the conditions, then it's really easy because we could actually just turn and land on the 7s or the 2-5s, or we could come back around, enter the pattern, and cut back over for I think it's 1-5 at Anchorage, or come back around to Narrowfield. But I think we should be okay. Let's set the altimeter 3004. Yeah, we're below 18,000, so it's a good time to do that. You can set the altimeter above 18 if you know you're going to be descending below it. So I mean, yeah, since we were already below 18, we're good to set it exactly as. Pretty view. Our speed is ever slowly coming down, so let's actually bump a tiny bit of power in. Not that much. About there. Should be maintaining that 154 to 155. We're gonna take that out. There we go. Pretty view back out that way too. I mean, just zoom in and take a look. Get these mountain peaks. Some mountains out there. Can't tell if that's just haze from the horizon or if it's there might be a lake in the distance. I know here's the water. This is the inlet. The view of the wing right there is pretty neat. Minus 12 Celsius. So as we get closer to find out where these cloud tops are, we will determine it, but we may need to use de-icing as we descend. Can't see it, but just a beam us as keen eye. Not FMS. It's this one right here. I always mix these up. Keep it 25. Pretty impressive viewing. Yeah, -8. These cloud tops look like they're probably 10,000 feet. So we may need to turn the de-icing on. Showing about 13 minutes until we're on the ground. It's going to be a little longer than that just because we got to get set up on final approach and slowed down and everything. Let's go ahead and make some preparations for that. We want to just make sure that we keep the arrow in the green here mixture, so we don't need to enrich in it yet. But we're getting pretty close to where we may need to at a point. And our cylinder head temps are in the 280s. So we're good. As long as they don't go below 240, then we're good. Zoom in. Look at it looks like a big sheet of like fluffy cotton balls. I don't know. It just looks really neat. I love flying through this kind of stuff though. And then when you break out, it's even better when it's real low to the ground and you shoot an approach. And then you break out of the clouds and you're like right there at the airport. I've had that feeling in real life, flying with an instructor, going over, you know, just intro to instrument flying and stuff, and that was one of the coolest things. Alright, it's -5, and we're gonna start going through this. -4. Let's just go ahead and turn it on just in case. So we're gonna turn ice on, turn the air temperature up, and we'll turn airflow to half. Just in case. And yeah, just coming down through 11,000 feet, and my guess was the cloud tops were gonna be at about 10. And it looks like they're gonna be pretty close to that. There's 10,500. Yeah. That's a pretty decent guess, I suppose. There's 10,000. That's only -2 now, but we're about to start going through them. And you can get ice at 0. Yep, here we go. Our power setting is just about perfect for the speed that we're looking for. See, do we need to enrich in yet? No, we're right at the bottom of it. So we will need to in a little bit. There's 9,000. A little break right there. Oh, that's something cool right there, I'll tell you. Man, that's really neat. I don't know, these clouds are thick. I thought we would have broken out below them by now. And the thing is, you can just see a little bit of sun up above. Not enough to really pick up the ground, and you can't see the ground. Wow. Okay. Alright, well, let's do a couple descent items. We're gonna go ahead and put fuel boost pump on. Still a little bit of sunlight hitting the wings. Not as much, though. Right, I mean, that's 2 Celsius, so we shouldn't have to worry about any ice. I'm gonna leave it on for now, just in case. Till we break out of the clouds, we'll shut everything off. Let's go ahead and turn the landing light on. There it is, shining in the cloud. Saying about 6 minutes and 40 seconds till we're on the ground. It's going to be a little longer than that. I sure would love if we could get out of these clouds, though. Exit icing. Yeah. Well, it's 3 Celsius. We can turn it off. The pitot heat has to stay on for a little longer, though. Alright, we're over the water, so we're safe to descend a bit lower. We can go to 3,000. There we go. Alright. Good. Okay, that's good news. Still not great visibility down here. Probably when we get a little lower, we'll pick it up better. Yeah, okay. And if you look, we're coming through, and here, right here's, so this is Anchorage International. You've got the 2 runways right here. And then you have this one. And then Lake Hood is right here, and can't yet see the gravel, but I think it sits right kind of here. We'll see it soon enough. Merrill Field is right here. You can see the lights flashing. Downtown Anchorage is over here. And then Elmendorf Air Force Base. But yeah. Well, we have the airfields. We can go all the way down. Set to 2,000 for now. Saying need to be at 903 when we turn final. So here's what we're gonna do. Now that we're in visual, we can go by sight. What I'm gonna do is we'll set the heading to 360, and we will go ahead and fly that heading. And we will go in here and activate vector to final. Now, I kind of wonder in the real world, when you have all that traffic going into these airports, and they're busy, I'm curious as to how they keep traffic separated. You probably have to stay over 2,000 or 3,000. Probably over 2,000. When you fly over this, because planes will be coming in low, and maybe if they're taking off this direction, I don't know. That is beyond what I have to worry about. Some cool scenery at the Anchorage airport, though. I got a nice mod for that. Really good enhancement. There's downtown. You can see the buildings popping up, and there's Merrill Field. There's the terminal for Anchorage, and there's the gravel runway. Okay. Well, this will be fun. We're gonna pull, let's see, 287. Yeah, we're gonna pull the power completely. So we're gonna have to get slowed down pretty quick. We can actually go half flaps. Let's go ahead and do that now. And we'll get some power put in. It's about 40% power. We wouldn't try to get our speed down to about 110. We're going to fly this approach at 79 knots. So that's pretty slow compared to how we usually fly this. And we can actually even kind of set ourselves up to come out a little further this way. It's the other side of the Cook Inlet. And if you were to continue up a little bit more this way, you'd eventually run into Wasilla, Willow, and then even Talkeetna if you continued further up. There's a couple big lightning flashes that are shining right off my computer screen. Yeah, we're getting a thunderstorm here at my house right now. Let's set to that and go ahead and descend down to 1,000 feet. Saying we want to cross that fix at 900. Turn in nice and slow. Let's turn FLC off. We should pick up the... I see the runway. It's right here. They have it lit. That's kind of cool. Alright, we can bring that all the way down. 100 feet will disengage the autopilot. We're landing assured anyway. And let's set both flaps. Now we're on the vertical path. Bump our power in just a little bit. There's 79. Let's put a little power in because we don't want to get too slow. That could be almost as dangerous. In fact, it actually can be even more dangerous. Let's turn the air off. The pitot heat can also come off. It's 12 Celsius. Plenty good there. And let's just kind of fly the... We're looking really good on this. This is good. What a view of Anchorage right here, too. Just zoom in and grab a look at that. It's pretty neat. Alright, there we've picked up the slope. Yeah, we're low. Oh, we're actually not low. It's just our airspeed is kind of low. I'm just going to hold that just like that for a moment. Grab a quick look outside. Take a look. Kind of lined right up on that. Alright. Take a little power out. We're just going to walk it easy down to the ground. Little bit of a crosswind, little bump. We need to try to keep our speed down though. We don't want it over 79. And we're at 83 to 84. So what we're going to do is just take some power out. Take it idle. I'll let that slow down. Let's keep our speed up by pointing the nose of the plane down. So we get kind of back on approach. But we also don't want to hit the trees. Add a little bit of power in. It's getting a little bit bumpy, so if we're not happy with the approach, we're going to go around. Speed is okay. Now it's turned almost into a direct crosswind. Add a little power. We're a little bit slow, but we're high. We have altitude to work with. Easy. Take that power out. Let's just ease right down. There we go. Easy. Oh. We're not going to get stopped in time. Let's go around. No worries. Flaps half. We shouldn't have stalled at that speed. I don't know what was doing that, but we were getting blown around by the wind. We'll come around one more time for an approach. And yeah, let's just see what happens. Take the power out a little bit. Turn back, circle around. We'll give one more shot, and if we don't like it, then we'll sidestep it back over to Anchorage International. Merrill Field also remains an option. I don't want to get too steep though. Our bank was approaching 45 degrees. You generally don't want it more than 30. A circumstance like that, we're just going to leave half flaps. So there's the runway, and let's just reevaluate what we're looking at. It is a bit bumpy over here. But I think we can do it. Coming in on 1.4 is a little tough. We're fine on speed with half flaps. We won't go full flaps until we're set back up. So let's come out over the water just a little bit. Power in. We were set up well until it got gusty down at the bottom. Alright, let's go ahead and turn a nice gentle 30-degree bank. Right like that. See the little pink diamond is starting to come back up. We want to get that right in line. And we'll be really good on target. And then back around, well, let's go full flaps. Power back out. Down to idle. Just get some of the speed out. If we're a little fast but we touch down early, we'll be fine. If we're slow when we float and we touch down late, that is what would cause an overrun. Nice and easy. Yeah, see, we're getting pushed back. Making it kind of tricky. Nice and easy. Come on. It's better this time. That wind is really something else. Easy. I think we're gonna make this one. Go. There, we're down. Not bad. Another wing dipped a little bit because we wanted to lower that wing. Alright. Flaps up. We can turn off here. Definitely not my best landing, but not bad. I mean, we kind of had to force it down a little bit there. Look at the fuel truck. Just in an instant reversed. Let's come up forward. We're not clear of the hold position bar yet. And we can park anywhere over here. I don't understand what these trucks are doing. Yeah, and we can park anywhere over here. They've got parking down there, up here, all the way at the north end of the runway. So let's just taxi up slow and grab a nice little parking space right kind of here where it's open. Nose wheel shimmy. I always like how it does that. We'll park right along here. Nice, right here in the grass. What we do is a lot of power on the brakes, kind of get that real short turn. One more, there we go, on the brakes, and... Okay. Hold the wheel brakes, and we'll set our parking brake, and... Nice. Alright. All that's left to do... Oh, we didn't put the mixture full rich, too. That... We had it enriched for the descent. We didn't bump it full rich. No big deal. Fuel switch can come off, the fuel pump, I should say. Landing light. Nav light off. Heato heat's off. Everything looks pretty good. And... transponder goes to standby. We're ready to shut the engine down. Power is idle. We'll do mixture idle cutoff. Right. Engine is stopped. Turn the strobe lights off. Avionics, 1 hour and 16 minutes. So a tiny bit more than expected, but that was probably when we had to do the go around. Had we not, probably would have been exactly on that hour and 11 minutes as expected. No worries. Better to do the safe one. And we kind of got a little sideways there, but I knew we could correct that one as we had enough runway remaining. The first one we floated and we were getting blown all over. Second one was better. Certainly not my best landing, not my worst, but we made it work. Alright. All switches are off. And we are parked nice in the parking rows up here. Alright folks, well, welcome to Lake Hood Seaplane Base and gravel airstrip for airplanes that don't have floats. Yeah, we make it work. Anyway, welcome to Lake Hood in Anchorage, Alaska. Hope you enjoyed the flight from Kodiak to here. Thanks for flying with me. Hope to catch you aboard, or have you aboard on the next one. And as always, until then, take care, stay safe. We'll see ya.